Welcome back to Let's Replay Neverwinter Nights 2 Mask of the Betrayer. This is Big Los. We are in the Wells of LaRue. We just defeated Oku's ancestors. We're about to leave. Let's see, I think I need to switch out some of these spells, so let's take out most of level 6. And in its place, we're going to fill it up with Flesh to Stone, because I have a plan. Also, I need another level 2 spell. So I'll probably pick maybe a buff spell. Which one should it be? Maybe Cat's Grace. Let's do that one. And we'll do the same thing with Sophia.
Yes?
We're going to take off pretty much all of your level 6 spells. We're going to do Flesh to Stone. And for level 9, I think we should take this off and put something else in there. Maybe... what about Mass Hold Monster? Let's take this off and put it down. There we go. Now as we leave this place, a bunch of telthor spirits are going to appear. Who's saying that? Sophia? Rashman is a land of austere beauty. It's a shame these vistas are so inhospitable and filled with danger. Oh, that's a first. Anyways, as we leave here, a bunch of telthor spirits appear. And we could fight them, but we could just leave and come back and fight them later when we need some spirit energy and we don't have any from any other sources. Now I've come back to Mulsantir instead of heading on to the Sunken City because I need to sell a bunch of items that I've collected, and I need to buy a bunch of scrolls to scribe all of those Flesh to Stone spells that I just prepared, which we have now. Since we went from one place to another, our spells have replenished themselves. So I'm going to meet you back here after I've done all of that. Okay, bought and sold a bunch of items. Well, basically just scrolls that I bought, and I've scribed all the Flesh to Stone that I prepared. Sophia as well, so we're going to be quite prepared for what's going to be coming up next. And now before we leave, we're going to buff up our spirit energy back to 100, so we're going to loot this grave. We're going to take the gold and whatever this armor is. Scale mail +4, I guess we'll sell that too.
I cannot travel quickly carrying all this.
And we'll just throw that in the bag for right now while we deal with this telthor spirit.
This one stands no chance.
That way we can get the spirit energy up to 100 before we leave town. Probably should have put on some buffs before I went and did this. Good job, Caitlin. Alright. By the way, one of many is quite close to leveling up himself. Ah, here's near death. Okay, I'm gonna turn off party AI mode. I'm gonna move one of many away. I'm gonna move Caitlin away.
On your guard, foes approach.
And I'm gonna devour its spirit.
My magic will erase this
move
nuisance.
away.
Half-minded soil tiller,
And you just go
dreamless.
I will do what I can.
And we get a brilliant spirit essence out of it. That's way better than what we get from most things that we devour. But we only get 89 XP. That kind of sucks. Anyways, we get a bunch of earth essences out of it. Let's hand these off to Sophia. And then we're going to leave town. So our spirit energy is back up to 100. That's good. Alright. So I will meet you at the edge of town right when we're about to head off to the Sunken City. See you then. Okay, we're right at the edge of town. We're about ready to leave to the world map. And like always, it auto-saves. So we're going to travel to the Sunken City before we go to the, what was it called? The Emil Vale? The Ashen Wood? The Lake of Tears Garrison? That's because I want to handle that last before we head on over to Fae. Alright, so here we are at the Sunken City. There's no way to get across. Looks like the bridge is out. But there is a guy here. And he's walking towards the lake. His name is Fentomy, or Fentomy.
Yes.
So our spirit energy is only down to 88, and that's okay. We're going to need all of our spirit devouring uses, and we only have 10 of them before we can rest. And as you probably know, we can't rest while we're in an indoor area, and this is going to be one huge indoor area, so we're going to need all 10 of these uses. So we're not going to use any of them right now or in the near future. So Sophia says this place was once a major Imaskari city. There may be lots of history here, assuming the hags haven't pillaged and defaced everything. We should look for a way to reach those intact buildings right off the shore. This place reeks of evil and rot. I sense death and shadows, Dark One. This place is a destination and a gateway for both. The large structure beyond the shore, it is a crypt of sorts, housing much power. Power to be taken and devoured. Power enough to share. There's a city here, perhaps beneath the ebb and flow of the waves. Perhaps the fall of night shall grant us a bridge. Though I fear what that will bring us. We will not be the only petitioners at this gate. Do you know how to get in? I have only seen this place in dreams, so I am almost as much a stranger to its waters and its ingress as you. But something tells me that nightfall will come with its own clues. Are you alright? You sound uneasy. And we have successful influence with Gann. It is said one cannot go home again, but for me, this is the first time. I have walked to this place many times in my dreams. To be here in the waking world, it is a little unsettling. From this point on, I am not going to improve the influence with my companions any longer, except for one of many, because I'm going to get powerful stuff with it, whatever it is. But the rest of my companions, I'm going to try to get the lowest possible influence that I can get. With Sophia, I already got what I was going to get, the devotion feat. So that means I don't think I can lose it. Should my influence go negative, but unfortunately what we're going to do here, it will only increase her influence with this. There's no real way around that unless we get rid of her from the party altogether. But since it's already at 100, it really doesn't matter.
You have need of me?
Very well, let us explore around a bit. So I guess the first thing we should do is... Oh, we have a locked chest, or it's trapped. I don't know if it's locked. It is trapped. And there's a fisherman's journal here. I suppose we could read it. This is the journal of a fisherman that has been left exposed to the elements. Most of the pages are either stuck together or the ink has smudged so badly that the fisherman's barely legible scribblings are completely unreadable. The last few pages of the journal remain mostly intact. Yep, this is the place that drunk hagspawn told me about. Found 2 bodies of salvage just walking along the shore, and I'm about to fish another one out of the water. Don't know which boat these sailors drowned off of, and I don't care. They went to their watery graves with their pockets full of gold. Strange fella came out of nowhere today, some bloke named Fentomy. Oh, that's this guy. Took an interest in my fishing and warned me not to stay here when it gets dark. Crazy talk, but I chased him off with a few choice insults. I was here first, so I gets first right to salvage. Waited here since morning and nothing, but then in the late afternoon a pair of rich bodies bobbed up. Maybe the light towards dusk plays tricks on sailors and they crash into the ruins offshore. I never see the shipwrecks, but sometimes if I listen closely I can hear some ungodly screams. Poor fools crying out for mercy from Umberley when she's got none. New bodies washed ashore late this afternoon. They was loaded with valuables too. Some of them don't look much like sailors, but they're dead and loaded all the same. They could be floating up from the hills for all I care. For the week of this, and I could retire in a nice place far away, maybe the Sword Coast. I hear Neverwinter's a nice place. Hiding behind a bush as I write this. Umberly, have mercy. Should have listened to that man Fentomy and not stayed here past dusk. Just got carried away and didn't notice the time. And some black swirling eye just appeared on the shore, and evil creatures from the hills came, started walking into it, getting sucked inside. Dear gods, if I survive this night, I'll pack my fishing gear and never return. So who knows what happened to the fisherman who penned that. So let's talk to the guy who gave him a warning.
It's a long day. I could use a drink.
Welcome to the middle of nowhere, stranger. If you've come for the fishing, you'll be sorely disappointed. Haha. I haven't come for the fishing. Just as well, you'll not catch any fish in these waters. They don't even come out until nighttime. Why don't you fish at night? Far too dangerous. The last fisherman to own this gear wrote about it in his journal, which is still here. What happened to the last fisherman? Let's just say I caught him on my hook recently. His journal here describes his folly. Why are you here? Fishing is always good, even when the catching is bad. I come here every day from dawn till dusk. So we're going to do this lore. Fentomy. That is no Rishemi name. It's derived from the language of genie kind, and it means false face, does it not? And we gain 11 points of influence with Sophia. How did you know that? I would never have remembered. Perhaps I should have chosen a cleverer name, but my little jest amused me. You are correct. This is not my true nature. I am, in truth, a Tao. A Tao genie. I thought as much. Why are you running in place, Gan? You exercising over there, running on a treadmill? Next time you notice something like that, I want you to tell me. And we lose 6 points of influence. Your orders are difficult for me to hear over the sound of my own judgment, Janik Tam. But you may keep barking your orders like a tiny dog if you wish. But let your enemies and I know where you are at all times. I have no interest in deceiving you. When visiting more primitive worlds such as this, I typically adopt a form that will not alarm the indigenous inhabitants. I'll respect your privacy so long as your deception is harmless. And we lose 6 points of influence with Sophia. A harmless deception? Quite the contradiction. We have something in common. We both are outsiders stepping in the backyard of the Slumbering Coven. But the doors are not open by day. I must go. This is not any place for the ignorant to linger after night falls. If you remain here, feel free to examine the fishing gear for anything relevant to what you're looking for. Farewell. I trust we will meet again in some form or another. Now, I was actually able to get it where I could talk to this guy twice. It's probably not going to do it now. And I was able to gain and lose influence with my companions accordingly again. But I am going to chalk that up to some type of bug. So yeah, it won't let me talk to him. Nope. Not going to happen. So let's have one of many. Disarm this trap. And we'll get some XP for it. Yeah, we got 95 XP. You are less than 200 points away from your level up. Yeah, we'll get that in due time. So let's see what's in the chest. A bunch of gems, an alchemical silver dagger, and a little bit short of 2,000 gold pieces. Let's just have one of many hold on to that stuff.
Yes.
Now we don't really have to worry about our spirit energy so much. I think we'll be okay for the time being. There's a beached corpse over here, but when we get close to it, 3 water elementals will appear, and like I said before, we can devour them, devour the spirits. But I also said before that we need to conserve our uses for right now, so we're not going to do it just yet. We'll do it later. Same thing as when you come over here to this beached corpse. So we're just going to ignore them for right now. Well, not water elementals per se, but telthor spirits. I believe 2 panthers and 2 dire rat. Over here we have a beetle mound with a bunch of gold in it. And it causes all these fire beetles to pop out. So I'm going to use this cone of cold on them.
Tarenre Masanavok. The waking is done.
What? I only got one of them in the cone. Well, that's... I don't really have to worry about putting buffs on at this point. If we get any damage, we're just going to regenerate.
It touches me.
Hey, one of many advanced the level. So you're level 22? I thought you were 22 before. Well, I guess you must have been 21 before. Okay.
Of course.
Alright, let's have you grab all the essences that we find here. Maybe all fire essences. Alright. Well, looks like our spirit energy is now down to 82. And we have to wait for the sun to go down. It's nearly dusk before we'll get a portal open. So I guess we could just wait around a bit. Combine some essences. I think that's the only one that we can combine. Alright. Let's hit the rest button. It's relatively safe, but we're not going to rest for 8 hours. That'll drain too much spirit energy. We're going to wait here until dusk. See how much time passes. 1 hour. Okay, and we didn't lose any spirit energy. I don't think you actually lose any spirit energy if you rest with the
I
mod.
will lead now. Follow.
That's kind of a good thing. And now that it is nighttime, we have a shadow portal that's opened. So we're going to go inside it. Yes, we want to enter the portal. Alright. Oh, here's Fentomy. He went through the portal himself. Ah, you made it here. I knew you didn't seem like the average beach-coming adventurer. Who are you? Do you recall the fisherman on the beach when you first arrived in Lakeshore? I am he. I find it strange that a Dao would waste his time fishing. If you know the Dao, then you are aware of our deep connection to the earth. Personally, I love plucking things from the water to the ground. Call me eccentric, but I consider this a small victory against the elemental plane of water. In any case, I could use the services of one such as you, who managed to find their way here without any help. I have a business proposal. Give me some information first and I'll consider helping you. Certainly, but my knowledge of this place is limited since I have never crossed the dock to Coveya Kurg'annis. Why haven't you been to Coveya Kurg'annis? Ah, well, my business here differs from that of these other petitioners, and I'd rather not draw attention to myself. If you don't want to stand out, shouldn't you put on a shirt? If you're twice a man's height and wearing an outrageous turban, you're not drawing any attention to yourself, I assure you. Very droll. I simply dress in the fashion of my race. For you see here, if I were to do otherwise, or to adopt a disguise, it would ironically attract even more attention. I don't see how you could attract more attention. Take a quick glimpse at the entities that line this shore, each eagerly awaiting an opportunity to speak with the Slumbering Coven. Were the guards inclined to allow you inside, an even more varied array of creatures from the many planes would greet you. Nothing save for that which hides its true nature with the contrived appearance is truly out of place here. What is your business here? I run one of the largest gem mining operations in the Great Dismal Delve, but our daily yield has been reduced due to sabotage by one of my rivals. To recover my profits, I need a heavy lifter, being of great strength and power, but easily controllable. There's a being that I can use beneath Coveya Kurg'annis. It is among the mightiest of the earth elementals bound to this plane. It's true, if you fight it and devour its spirit, you will get a pristine spirit essence. That's one of the best spirit essences you can get. In fact, I think it is the best. It is beneath Coveya Kurg'annis? Yes. It is in a place called the Skein. See, I know how to pronounce it now. In the lower depths of the building that houses Coveya Kurg'annis. What do you know about the Skein? I know very little, since I've never been inside Coveya Kurg'annis, much less beneath it. My hagspawn contact who sold me the key offered few details, and he was taken away by the hags before I had a chance to purchase more information from him. I know the Skein does not exist in the plane of shadow. The key unlocks a portal. Also, I was told that the Skein is partially flooded and therefore probably abandoned. Why is there an earth elemental in the Skein? I don't know what function it once served, but the ancient race of mortals that bound the earth elements of this place are long dead. Okay, tell me about Coveya Kurg'annis. Coveya Kurg'annis is the home of the Slumbering Coven, a group of overstated prophets who spout advice for the lesser creatures that you see milling about. They just stopped admitting audiences a short while ago for reasons unknown to me. If you wish to speak with them, there is a long line ahead of you. However, I could provide an alternative route to reach the Slumbering Coven. If you would care to hear my business proposal, I want to know more about you. You wish to know about me? That and my business are in fact my favorite subjects. I will spare you many details. I am among the highest class of the Tao, roughly 3,000th in line to become the Great Khan. I live in the Great Dismal Delve, in the elemental plane of Earth. You know, before I played this game, I ran a campaign that took the players into the elemental plane of Earth, and I actually had a race of Tao that they had to go up against. It was quite interesting. And I also find it interesting that this game involves a Tao, considering that I had run that campaign before. Purely a coincidence. What is the Great Dismal Delve? My apologies, I sometimes forget how far removed residents of Toril can be, even by Prime standards. The Great Dismal Delve, also called the Great Mazework, is an immense underground complex on the elemental plane of Earth. It is roughly 2/3 the size of Faerun. It is inhabited by the greatest of the Tao, myself included. So you're a genie. Do you grant wishes? How quaint. I suppose it would depend upon the wish. If you wish to enter Coveya Kurg'annis and you'll agree to my business proposal, then I can grant that wish. Huh. Tell me about your business proposal. There's a being that I can use beneath Coveya Kurg'annis, and amongst the mightiest earth elementals. Yeah, we know that. So, you mean to make this creature your slave? Please, slavery is a distasteful descriptor, and not appropriate in this case. Is the weapon you wield a slave to you? But a weapon is an inanimate object. Well, what about the oxen that hauled the materials used to create the weapon? Well, animals have feelings too. Alright, consider the golems that stand guard over the tower of the wizard who enchanted your weapon. Are they slaves? Well, I can't condone the use of golems. They are simply tools to be used by their owners in order to spare mortal labor. I am just looking for another tool myself. The Tao has a point. The golems lack the self-awareness to really be a slave. There's a being that I can use beneath Coveya Kurg'annis. Yes, you said this. So what do you need me to do? I simply need you to vanquish the Earth Elemental in the Skein beneath Coveya Kurg'annis, so that it will return to the elemental plane of Earth, where I have the means to bind him to my service. In exchange for your services, I will provide you with a key that will open the entrance leading directly to the Skein. And when you return, I will pay you your weight in gold. If it is so simple, why don't you do it yourself? Well, you see, though I am quite capable of wrangling an earth elemental, I feel that is a task left delegated to others. This one fears to lose contact with land, Dark One. What delicious misery it must be to have such fear where each step makes one halfway uprooted. What the genie isn't telling you is that the Dao are, by their terrestrial nature, terrified of water. They prefer to keep both feet firmly on solid land. I am more than happy to part with some of my ample fortune to spare myself the inconvenience. Okay, I'll destroy the earth elemental for you. Excellent. Here's the key to the Skein. You'll find the entrance to the Skein on the western side of the Coveya Kurg'annis building here in Nightshore. Just walk to the end of the dock and veer right. Yeah, but we're not going to go that way. We're going to miss out on a lot of dialogue. So, what do you know about the Skein again? He doesn't know anything at all about it. Alright, I want to talk about something else. How do I find the entrance to the Skein? Find the entrance on the western side? Yeah, you said that already. Tell me what you need me to do again. And you need me to destroy the earth elemental. I gave you a key to enter the Skein. Should have little trouble reaching the elemental. If you wish me to repeat something, no, we don't have that option. You've already repeated yourself plenty. Farewell. Return to me once you've slain the earth elemental in the Skein. Do not fail me, and you'll be handsomely rewarded. Now, as you can see, there's somebody wandering this bridge who wasn't here in the last playthrough. Oh my goodness. It's our little friend from the barrow. Maric. It's you again. You're surprised to see me? I'm not. I use my great powers of evocation to produce a solution to seeing the Coven, and you arrived. This is no coincidence. We should not parley with this creature. It does not have our interests nor anyone else's at heart. Yeah, and he doesn't have a heart. You are the catalyst of my freedom from the barrow. As I absolutely loathe being indebted to other beings, I will grant my considerable talents to aid you here. I am here to see the Coven. I offer you our rare I offer you a rare opportunity to ally with me in a mutual endeavor to gain entrance to Coveya Kurg'annis and rouse the Slumbering Coven. There are many petitioners seeking entrance here. Okay. There are many petitioners seeking entrance here. And even more waiting within. Together we can discourage them from being obstacles in our path. Why do you want to see the Coven? Mighty as I am, I was trapped in that barrow while ages passed. In my absence, or perhaps because of it, the Imaskari Empire that I served and loved crumbled into ruins. I seek to recover relics of the past. If they still exist, and discover how my old Imaskari Empire fell. Well, do you accept my help, or shall I find some other cohort? Yes, I could use you. And we lose 11 points of influence with Kaylin, but that's okay, because we don't care. We must not do this. It is an abomination, a thing that should be dead already. Calm your tits. You have chosen wisely. The Coven will surely yield to grant audience to Maric, the Archlich, and his Spirit Eater accomplice. I think you have that backwards. Alright, so now he's in our party. Let's take a look at him. Alright, so he's level 20. He's got 13 levels of Wizard and 9 levels of Fighter. Why? What's the point in that? He's a generalist wizard. You mean I'm way more powerful than you are? No. You have 0 spell resistance. Interesting. A lich with 0 spell resistance. Your concentration is pretty high. So is your spellcraft. You have combat casting, a bunch of meta magic feats, and a familiar that you haven't summoned yet. Unfortunately, we can't take control of you. What's your behavior? So you're on overkill. I think we'll just leave you there. We're not going to have a lot of opportunities to use you in combat. Alright, so this ogre mage named Omaga says, You must come here, now. What do you want? I see that weak gear you're wearing. For even stepping outside your home so poorly equipped, you must either be very brave or very stupid. Are you calling me stupid? Don't get upset. I will assume you are just brave, not stupid. But bravery can only take you so far. To go all the way, you must outfit yourself in Omaga's fine armor. Stow the sales pitch. What are you selling? So glad you asked. Have a look at my goods. I'll even give you some gold for the trash you're equipped with now. Ah, what do we have here? Imaskari Braces of Immortality. Whoa. They give you Constitution +8 and Regen +2. That's pretty good. Anybody need a Constitution boost?
Yes.
What are you wearing? Braces armor +6. You don't need to wear that. Your Blessings of Bala give you +7, so that doesn't stack. I think we'll purchase this for you. Even though your Constitution will only go by 4 because you're wearing the Stag Helm. But that's okay. Since your con is now 24 instead of 20, you'll get 2 hit points per level. And what level are you? 20, so you improved 40 hit points, which it says here. Yes. Wonderful. Shield and Magi. Even more expensive. What is this? Well, this is kind of a good shield, and if I actually did get the shield proficiency like I was supposed to, I would definitely consider buying this. Because the arcane spell failure is only 5%, and the AC bonus is 6. That's really good. However, this will not benefit anyone who can use a shield. Neither Gann nor Kaelin. So we'll just leave it. In fact, I think we'll be able to get this later anyway. So we'll probably just put it into our bag of holding, or magic bag, I should say. Some +5 stuff, Robes of the Shining Hand. The Knot Katana. This might be a good katana if we had about 650,000 gold pieces. Wow, that is really expensive. I would get this for Gann because he has exotic weapon proficiency. What about here? We get some scrolls, Innervation, Creeping Cold. Mind Blank.
You have need of me?
I'll probably buy that just to have. Some Potions of Heal, we'll buy those. And nothing really important here. What about over here? Ah. We have the same list of stuff that we had back in the original campaign, Makeover Edition. We could buy all this stuff and grind it up and have a bunch of essences for crafting, but we haven't done any crafting yet, and I don't think we're going to have to anytime soon. Ah, there we go. I was looking for these things. This is the only way that we're going to heal one of many. These healer's kits. In fact, I should probably give some to one of many himself. Yeah, you can have like, you can have put those down there. What is this? Oh, that's heal. Well, then you don't need that.
You have need of me?
Anyways. Yeah, a lot of good stuff here that we could buy. Oh, recipes. Anything good here? I think we bought most of this stuff anyway. Corrosive weapon, I don't think we have. Construct Bane. Deadly weapon, I'm not really sure what that is. We'll just buy it. Frost weapon, flaming weapon. Gem of Seeing. I think we have this one, this Headband of Intellect. Where would that go? That would go into the Wondrous Item book, right? No? You mean we don't have it? Oh, there's +2. So where's the new one? Okay, there's +6. Any +4s? No, let's just buy it. Holy weapon, I guess we'll buy. Keen weapon. Parry out to +6, even though we could just buy it. I didn't see any mithril anything. Empiric weapon, only 3 gold, we'll buy that. Undead Bane, Thundering. And that's pretty much it. After we go through this dungeon, we're going to lose access to all this stuff anyway. That's kind of unfortunate, but you know what they say, it is what it is. Alright, so before we talk to any of these petitioners around here, let's...
do not mean us well.
Okay, these petitioners do not mean us well. They do not. Just to be here, you have to be able... Look, it's another petitioner. Join the crowd, placing bets on how long each of you will wait before you either give up and leave, or snap. Ha! See them snap. Snap! Can I get in on the betting? Success! I wonder how we succeeded on that, or we have -8 diplomacy with this. Har! No one's ever asked that before. You're a good sport, you. Okay, Mulv, what do you think? Shall we let the nice petitioner bet? No. No bet. Bet's off. Sorry about that. If it were up to me, I'd gladly take your money, but you heard Mulv. So why is it up to him? Why don't you and I just bet? Well, I need to see the Slumbering Coven. Yeah, you and everyone else. You'll have to wait. Alright, we're gonna try this. It's definitely gonna fail. Let me through. I could make it worth your while. Better. Yeah, here's the thing. We'd love to take your gold. Gold, goldy gold. Calm down, Mulv. If hagspawn could cry, I would be close to it right now, because much as I'd like to line my pockets, we just can't let anyone else in. Why can't you let me in? Take a look around here. There's a mob of very powerful, very influential beings, all of them waiting to get inside. If I let you in, that could drive them over the edge. Snap. Exactly, Mulv. It's highly entertaining when the petitioners fight each other, but sending you in would probably turn them on us. We've only got the numbers to control a crowd about half this size. Alright, I want to talk about something else. Yeah, what? Tell me about the other petitioners. We don't keep track of their names and such. Let's see, there's a mindflayer over there, a vampire lord, and a pack of telthors. Oh yeah, there's that group of hopping mad genasi and some uthraki. I only see one of those, so the others must be hiding around here somewhere. Which one are you interested in? Let's just go down the list. The genasi. What a bunch of kobolds. They had the 4th place inside. Then their leader had to relieve his bowels, but he refused to go in the corner like everyone else. So I gave up his spot in line just to use a privy. Can you imagine? Why couldn't the genasi just go out and come back in? Coveya Kurg'annis doesn't work that way. Mistress is big into the rules, probably because she made them up. Who's Mistress? She's the hag that runs Coveya Kurg'annis. She hardly ever comes out of there, so don't expect to see her. So there is a place open inside. Yeah, spread the word, why don't you? Mulv and me would love to see a little bloodshed among the petitioners. Actually, Mistress said not to let anyone new in, since the Slumbering Coven isn't seeing anyone lately. Alright, let's talk about something else. Wow. What? Farewell. I feel I must justify the sealing of my lips throughout your conversation with the guard. I do not enjoy conversing with other males of my species. That is a male hagspawn. Yes, you sound surprised. Well, they look a lot different than you. We spawn of hags come in many shapes, sizes, and temperaments, much like the men and women of Rashman. Well, granted, I am breathtakingly handsome. The footman you saw, he is a more common cut of the face and build among us half-breeds. Why? We actually made a success influence check. I suspect I inherited the features of my father. There is a certain awareness I carry that makes me wonder if dreaming shaped me. Not all spawns can walk in dreams as I do. In fact, I do not know of one that can. Let's try to get some more info. What, you again? Alright, tell me about the other petitioners. So we already asked about the genasi. Tell me about the mindflayer. That's a strange one. His face reminds me of those tentacled monsters you sometimes see poking out of the waters. The last guard that Mulv replaced fell in there. Crunch. Yeah, that's what happened to him, alright. Anyway, I never did much like the tentacles. Too bad he didn't show up a couple moons ago. We had some Githyanki visitors, knights wielding these strange-looking blades, and claiming they were sent by the Lich Queen or something. Githyanki hate mindflayers, so I hear. They probably would have scared that one right off. Maybe that's how they figured out that the shard was in West Harbor, because the Slumbering Coven probably told them and led them straight there. That's why it took them so long. Interesting. Tell me about the telthors. Damn yipping things. They're always poking around and I can't seem to spook them away. Guess it would take someone bigger and scarier than me. Tell me about the uthraki. Until the uthraki came, I never knew apes could talk. I wish this one would be silent. He keeps waving around this smelly sack of rancid meat, saying he needs to feed his brethren inside. Alright, tell me about the vampire. Vampire? I haven't seen a vampire. Just some chatty homunculus and its humongous coffin. I've half a mind to toss that coffin through the portal or set it afloat in the lake. But I doubt even Mulv could lift the cursed thing. Heavy. Yeah, it's heavy. And anyway, if there really is a powerful vampire lord in there, I don't want to be the one to wake him. Okay, tell me about the genasi again. Yeah. Alright, I want to talk about something else. I need to see the Slumbering Coven. So let's go through. So where's the back of the line? There is no line outside of Coveya Kurg'annis, just a crowd of people wanting to get inside the waiting line. Inside Coveya Kurg'annis, there's only 4 places in line to see the Slumbering Coven. Mistress likes to keep the inside clear. Says it helps keep the coven calm. Alright, so we're going to try this again, and we failed. Why can't you let me in? Yeah. Snap. So if I get half the petitioners to leave, then will you let me through? Alright, now we've got our journal updated. You really think you can do that? You're welcome to try. We'll be taking bets on how long it takes you to kill yourself. No, that's definitely not going to happen. You obviously don't know who I am. Alright, let's talk to the genasi prince.
Yes? Do make it quick.
Leave me be, petitioner. Never before in my life have I been more incensed. Diplomacy, maybe I can help. Failure, As if one such as you could even comprehend how I might be helped. Be gone. What do you need to see the Coven about? I keep the counsel of my own kind. I have nothing to gain by conferring with you. Who are you? Who I am is none of your concern. This one's arrogance is matched only by a frailty that he tries to hide. Let me show myself to him so that I might drink of his fear. One of many, show yourself to this fool. And we gain 6 points of influence with one of many. Genasi Prince so frail, death comes so unexpectedly to one who thinks they control all. What? What is that thing? When death comes for you, will you be surprised? Will your face be contorted into a mask of comedy to be ridiculed throughout history by those who knew you? I don't know what you mean, strange being. I'm young and will not die for many decades yet. Surprise! Death comes for you now. My business is done here. It is past time I should leave this dreadful place. Funny, he's standing by the outhouse, complete with the moon cut out. Nice. So we got a bunch of telthor spirits. Now, if we went and did the Immelvale, is it called the Immelvale? I know it's called the Ashenwood. I think it is the Immelvale. Anyways, if we did all that and devour the woodman, we get a spirit-eating feat called Spirit Gorge, which means that we could use one of these uses of spirit-eating abilities to gorge on multiple spirits. So if we got all these down to near death, we could technically absorb all of their energy all at once. However, I won't be able to heal the woodman in this playthrough. Well, not heal. I won't be able to devour the woodman in this playthrough. I have to heal the woodman. Reason for that is because if you devour the woodman, then the witches won't talk to you again, and that is a problem. The problem is that if you want to get to the new content in this mod, you have to go through the witches, and I will show this. So, step 1, do not devour the woodman. Heal the woodman, which is why we're going to do the woodman part last before we go to Thay. Alright, so let's talk to these telthors. Look, brothers, this one does not fit in here, like a snake hiding from the hawk in a den of ferrets. Corrupted face spirits, edible, but with a bitter aftertaste. Odd that telthors would be here. The lands to which they are bound are no doubt close by. Did you catch this one's scent? Sweet but sickly, like a fierce sweat trickling over an open wound. Why are you here? The two-legged one expects answers from us. The dirt has to rain. Why do you drown me? I'll say again. Why are you here? How persistent, like a young hen trying to fly. Flap, little chick. Even after you grow, you won't fly higher than the wolf's maw or the roasting spit. Stop your blasted analogies. I grow bored of this one who was like the rat that has been tossed one time too many and has stopped twitching. Let's stop paying attention. The cub will stop begging for food if its sire ignores it long enough. Well, there's only one way to get rid of these guys. That's to provoke them. Alright, let's just wail on these guys. And that was Maric doing that. Casting big hits on lowly telthor spirits.
Spirits of Rashomon should soon gain a number.
Yeah, we're not going to devour it. We'll only get volatile essence out of it. Nice. However, they don't leave any other essences for us to get, so we'll just move on. Let's go deal with the vampire. For some reason, vampires can't cross the river when they're in their coffin. I don't really understand why, but that's just how it is. And it's locked here. Back. Step away from Count Crowroost, filthy mortal. Who was Count Crowroost? You truly do not know? And it is best that you remain ignorant. For your own sake, back away from the Count. Count Crowroost is in this coffin. This is no mere coffin, mortal. It was carved out of solid asherwood pine from a tree containing the essence of a genus loci. It was enchanted by the Count himself and is quite impenetrable. Its lock can only be opened from within the coffin. I think Kaji can open the lock. His tiny hands can reach where human hands can't. I could do one better. If I call to this vampire, he will not be able to resist emerging from this coffin. What? You still linger here, like stink over a bog. Be gone. Show some respect or I'll have to teach you a lesson. Try to harm me all you wish. My bond with the Count makes me indestructible. What are you going to do about it? I need not do anything. Your lowly presence will disturb the Count's slumber, and he will awaken, angry and thirsty for your blood. Alright, nobody speaks that way. Die. Try to harm me all you wish. My bond with the Count makes me indestructible. I warn you already to stay away from Count Crowroost. Ignore me at your peril, insect. So now we have multiple choices. We can try to open the lock ourselves. We could have Kaji do it. We could have Maric command the vampire to awaken, or we could have one of many command the vampire to awaken. Let's have one of many do it. Hear me, blood drinker. A virgin runs alone, so alone, through an open field on this dark, dark night. A sliver of moonlight reveals porcelain skin, exposed skin. The soft skin pulses with life. And blood. Sweet blood. Pure, warm blood of the innocent. Yours, all yours. What have you done? Who disturbs my rest? XP granted for disturbing a vampire's rest. We got 1,000 XP for that. Nice. I think this guy is a monk. Very difficult. Well, not exactly, but... We'll take care of him.
Time to try something else.
I think of these vampires, they don't really have a soul that you can devour. I think it is kind of strange, though. Alright, so we killed the familiar. I mean, we can try, but you'll see it'll say invalid target. Oh, nope, too late. One of many killed him. We got 752 XP. Very good. Very good. Valid target, it says. Okay.
Yes?
So you grab this stuff. We got 6 gold pieces. And this one has over 1,800 gold pieces. And the Shadow Master Kukri, which... This is actually a very good weapon. It does 2d6 points of acid damage. It's +4. It improves your dex by 5. And improves these skills. This is perfect for a thief type character. However, the only person who can use this is Kaylin.
Yes?
Kaylin already has a bunch of weapons to use. What, you used up all your smite evils? Really? Or we didn't rest and you used them all before? Well, anyways.
You have need of me?
We have more petitioners to get rid of, so let's walk back. And we might have got rid of enough to go inside, but we have an uthraki here to talk to. Groof. He's not going to attack us right away because we have embraced the gift, unlike the last playthrough. You're sent. You bear the gift. And yet we are equal in that both of us must wait here outside Coveya Kurg'annis. Why are you here? I expected my brothers to return to our camp 2 sunfalls ago, but they still wait within. It is long past their feeding time, so I brought morsels for them. But the guards here will neither allow me to join them or deliver the food to them. I worry that hunger will soon drive them from their place and wait. What do your brethren want from the Coven? They're asking about new hunting grounds for our people. Our territory is shrinking. I'm planning on going into Coveya Kurg'annis myself. Perhaps I will meet them. Oh, they would savor that, but the guards will let none pass. I am the Spirit Eater. I will find a way to enter. I would like to believe you, but even Spirit Eater has limits. This one will not go until he is relieved of his precious meats. Since we cannot slay it, perhaps we could retrieve it of its burden without it knowing. If you find a way to enter, please return to me and I will reconsider. One of many, steal the meat from the uthraki. I am a shiver across its naked fur, a whisper it can't hear. And it is done, Dark One. The rotting flesh is deposited among your possessions. Brr, the wind blows cold in the plane of shadow. Makes me eager to return to the warmth and hues of my home until I can deliver this meat. No, the morsels are gone. Stupid Groof. I must have dropped them in the water. Apologies, Spirit Eater. I must go immediately to hunt for more food before my brothers starve. We got the mysterious meat. You got this foul-smelling meat from Groof. It appears to be part of the digestive system of some large animal. Only an uthraki would find this appetizing. And even then, I don't know. Last but not least is Gud-Bukh-ka. This is the only one we're not going to be able to get to leave. Leave me be. Are you speaking telepathically? Some illithids deign to push air through their throats to communicate with the slave races. I do not. What's an illithid? Ignorant slave. You should be toiling deep in a mine rather than toiling me with this conversation. I am illithid. I thought you were a mindflayer. Ha, ha. And I thought you were a slave. Yet you placed yourself within a different species, yes? Mindflayer is what slaves call us. Illithid is what we are. I'm not a slave. So utter your meat flats, but your mind reveals the truth. By Ilsenstein, the manner of your slavery is more cruel than even the illithids could devise. I feel no shame to admit that I would rather face a squad of Githyanki than whatever holds your chain. I think you are getting what you deserve. I think that your kind will someday get what they deserve. Once we are free of the Githyanki threat, we will turn our attention to the subjugation of these lands. Communicating with the slave is a novelty, but not one I will repeat. Bother me no further. Leave me be. Yeah, if you talk about the Githyanki, you'll have the opportunity to lie to him about that there's Githyanki that you just saw around the corner. But you need a high bluff skill, and since we don't, it will definitely fail, and then the same result will happen. So if you go over here, it will autosave, and then we can go into this door, which will take us on a one-way trip to the Skein, but we don't want to do that. want to actually go inside the front door. So let's talk to guard Turlok. Well, well. The crowd of petitioners sure has thinned out to more manageable numbers since your arrival. I lost my bet on you, but that's the way it goes. Now can I get in to see the Slumbering Coven? Sure enough, as soon as you line my pockets with the standard bribe. Well, I hope you've brought enough coin. Did you expect them simply to open the gates at your request? Gold, gold. Well, I think if we have a higher influence with Gann, then I don't think we have to pay anything. But this time we do. So we do have 50,000 gold, and we're just gonna lose it now. Arhar, pleasure doing business with you. Don't you worry about any bruises, egos among. Don't you worry about any bruises, egos among the petitioners. Isn't it bruised egos? That should be a D. Don't you worry about any bruised egos among the petitioners. You've paid us quite enough to keep them in line. Step through the portal whenever you're ready. The trip can be disorienting, so I hope you have an empty stomach. Alright, so we'll do that in the next episode. And then we'll try to have an audience with the Slumbering Coven. Will we find out why they're not seeing anybody else? And will we be able to get an audience? Find out next time. This is Big Lou signing off. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, man. Tango Mandia.